say to his students about it. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast number 195. This is the one about the Jeet Kune XY letter. As you're logging in, if you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you're catching the simulcast over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the program, please visit jkdrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link, and that's where you'll see stuff like this, the JKD Notables coffee mug. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast. So the Jeet Kune XY letter, let me read it to you. It's pretty short. X is Jeet Kune, Y is the style you will represent. To represent and teach Y, one should drill its members according to the preaching of Y. This is the same with anyone who is qualified and has been approved to represent X. To justify by interfusing X and Y is basically the denying of Y, but still calling it Y. A man, as you put it, is one who is noble to stick to the road he has chosen. A garden of rose will yield roses. A garden of violets will yield violets. So, what I've heard is that people use this XY letter to prove that Bruce Lee was against what they call the mixing of styles. So, whence might they have gotten that idea? I found out. It's in the subheading of this book right here. Well, it's in other places too, but this is what I use for reference today. So if you can see it, I'm not sure if you can see this on the camera, but right up here at the top, it says, it is not simply mixing arts. Funny thing is, when you look lower, when you look here, that part about it is not simply mixing arts, that's not in the body of Bruce Lee's letter. So that was placed in there by someone else, most likely by the editor. So when this is not the first time that we've seen that type of thing. A couple broadcasts back, I showed you a graphic that talked about how you don't essentially you don't improve in Jeet Kune by studying other arts or something like that, right? What I didn't know until recently is that this letter was not just something that Bruce Lee happened to have written. Instead, it was a note written specifically to his student Jerry Poteet in regard to the latter's desire to teach some of what he was learning to the students over at Ed Parker's Kempo School, where Poteet still conducted classes. Well, when you learn this, then the context of the letter becomes clearer. You can see that it's just Bruce Lee saying to someone that he doesn't want that particular person to get involved in showing what he's learning from Bruce Lee to people over at another martial arts school. It's that simple. It's kind of like saying, if these people are that interested in Jeet Kune, well, let them join the Jun Fan Institute. Don't give them JKD for free or something like that. I mean, this is a situation that I am sure many of us who have run Jeet Kune schools for many years, we've experienced something similar. You know, where you have a student and your student has friends who are not in JKD, and your student wants to be able to show them the cool stuff that he's learning from you. And then you're like, well, no, if your friends are so interested in what you're learning, they should do what you're doing and they should come join the school as well. It's as simple as that, right? To use a tortured analogy, I like eggs in my breakfast. And during the week, I make my own eggs, right? That's the only thing I can cook. On Sundays, Doc and Glenn and I and some of the other kids, we go to Berries or we go to Cush or we go to Deli Lane. And when I'm there, I have various kinds of eggs, which I don't know how to cook. And here's the thing: Sunday eggs don't kill me, and they don't take anything away from what I enjoy during the week. So, this belief that it was Bruce Lee's opinion that the study of other martial arts would somehow debase one's study of Jeet Kune Do, it's so patently hilarious. Okay, so this is going to be short. So, what say you? Do you think that this letter was meant to convey? Now, forget that. You know what? I don't want to know what you think about this. Um, so a few days ago, and this has been building up for a while. Here at I Love Jeet Kune Do, to borrow somebody else's quote, we have moved on. We're not interested any longer in any posts or any discussions about original Jeet Kune Do versus Jeet Kune Do concepts, about Dan Inosanto versus Ted Wong, or anybody in JKD versus anybody. We're not interested in any of that nonsense any longer. Actually, we kind of never were, but things would come up and people would feel like, well, we need to address this, we need to explain our side versus whatever. So if you've been paying attention, you'll see, shout out to ILJKD group member Kurt Cornwell. So Kurt has posted recently, how should I put it, about the whys of training, like why we train. Like one of his posts is about what got us started and what keeps us coming back. His most recent one, if I'm correct, is something about him rereading the Tao of Jeet Kune Do and wondering what people's favorite lines or favorite passages or favorite aspects of the Tao of Jeet Kune Do might be. I myself have started an ongoing series titled How We Teach Jeet Kune Do. And so I'm calling on you to pay more attention to these types of posts. Now, what would be really great is if you actually joined in, participated, and answered the questions as posted. But yeah, even if you just read them and pay attention to them, I guess that's good enough. But I exhort you to ignore the posts that are trying to bait you into prolonging the discussion about Jeet Kune Do self. What is Jeet Kune Do self-expression, or what, who's doing it right, who's doing it wrong? Enough of that. It's gone on for longer than, well, I almost said longer than I've been alive. It feels like it's gone on for longer than I've been alive. Right? So that's where we're headed. I don't believe in censorship, but I might have to go against my own beliefs. If you put nonsense up and you're trying to get into that kind of debate and argument, if that's your mindset, you'll find yourself your post. I might not cancel you, but I will definitely delete your post. We're just done with that nonsense, right? So what I do want you to comment on is what you think about this new direction for the I Love Jeet Kune Do Facebook page. And so let me know what you think in the comments below. And that's all I got to say about this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. Coming up on Friday, October 1st, Jeet Kune Do Dialogues episode with Coach Tony Blauer of Blauer Tactical Systems. And that should be at 6 p.m. this Friday, October 1st. Today's an Indigo Day. There you go. Right. So I'll see some of you hopefully on Friday with Coach Blauer. If not, I'll see you next week for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebels, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe. Take care. Talk soon.